Alright guys, today we're gonna do something very important that everyone should pull out your smartphone right now, maybe while you're watching this video, and you want to go through any apps that are gonna be in this list in this next slide. You just want to make sure you either have them removed, make sure you keep aware of them, let people know that these are apps that you should not have installed. These apps contain intrusive adware and other malicious code that we don't fully know. These fraudulent apps disguise as just simple Android games. So they might be a game that, it might be fun, but they contain malicious code. So you want to make sure you have them removed. And what is even more scary is more than 8 million people have downloaded these apps. And this is a very alarming number for sure. Now, since this has come out, 19 have already been removed from the Google Play Store, but there are still 3 as of today that remain in the Play Store. So just look at this list, make sure you do not have this app, because just because it's not in the Play Store doesn't mean the app is not on your phone. That just means it's not in the App Store to download again. The goal of these apps is to steal your user data information and send you ads, usually targeted ads, to generate revenue by redirecting you to these advertisements. Now you're thinking like, hey, they're just ads. But when you install these um, apps, they're requesting all kinds of permission, your camera access, file storage on your phone. So they could be doing so much more stuff that we don't even fully even know yet. So just the fact that they're doing all this is very uneasy for me for sure. So I would definitely, let's go ahead and look at this list. Here's the 21 apps that you need to look on your phone right now if you have a lot of game apps, and make sure they are fully removed off your phone. And if you know anybody that maybe has these apps or other gaming apps, I'd be like, hey, let me see your phone, and let's go through this list and make sure they're not there. These were all spotted by the antivirus company Avast. So they're a big cybersecurity antivirus malware protection firm. They've been around for a long time. When they first came out, I think they were kind of more geared towards the Mac environment, but they still had Windows too. But now they do everything, mobile security. They're a big company now. So I want to go a little bit further than just letting you know about these 21 apps that are malicious. I want you to know things to check before you download a new app. The first thing is to stay alert while downloading the app, because when you're downloading the app and installing it, it might pop up when you launch it requesting, certain permission, your camera access, file storage, maybe your access to your contacts. If you can, try to deny all that. Now, I know some apps won't run unless you give them that permission, but just make sure you vet the app and it is a legitimate app before you give all that permission to that application. And that's going into my next thing. So to know if it's a good app or not, look at the app. Don't install it right away. Look into the app, look at the ratings, look at the reviews before installing it. Reviews can tell you a lot if the app might be good or bad. Visit the developer account for more information. Like, for an example, see how many other apps they have and their reviews of those apps to make sure there are, 100% positive, people haven't been finding anything weird about them, crashing or anything. Watch out if they only have one app listed. And I say this because a lot of these developers that create these adware apps only tend to have one app. And they do that, it's a tactic. Let's say they have 5 apps and they're all full with adware and malicious code, and Google detects it, and they're obviously going to ban all those apps in that same account. So they're not just going to ban that one app, they're going to ban and disable that entire account and all the apps within that developer's account. So that's why they create multiple um, developer accounts. So if you only see one app, that should be a red flag right away. You want to definitely look into that developers, look at all the reviews. Even the reviews come back positive, still be a little eerie, because the fact that I have one app is very worrisome. So the last thing is, be very cautious when apps come from an ad like TikTok, YouTube, because they are now prevalent to use social media platforms to push their malicious apps out to the masses, because that's the easiest way to do it. You pay for a couple ads and then you get the end user to install their app, because they could be making millions of dollars off those ads, because when you install that app, and that ad maybe costs them $1 per click, $2 per click, whatever, but they're making millions off it. So be very cautious, especially when it comes from TikTok or YouTube or any other social media outlet, because they are using those heavily, very heavily, pushing their ads out across these platforms. And I'm not saying every app that comes across is malicious, but it's just be very cautious. Do your research on that app. Make sure it's legitimate before you install it and give it all these permissions. Now you're saying, okay, well, what else can I do to protect myself, protect my phone? And I'm not just saying this is for Android, but this is for iPhone too. Install some kind of protection software. I'm recommending Avast, but there's other ones out there. Tread Micro has one. But install some kind of protection on your phone. It's just like a computer. It's just like an OS running. So you need some kind of protection on it. But the key thing here is to, before you install the app, do your research on it. Ask other people if they're using it. Hey, are you using this app? Is it legitimate? Do you find any issues with it? You just do need to do your due diligence before you just install any random apps, because I know, especially younger kids, they just like go through the Play Store, look at all the free games, install them all. That's a big no-no, because you never know what could be installing in the background while you're playing that game. It could be stealing all your contacts or data. You just never know. So I hope this video is helpful. Um, Stay safe, you guys. See you in the next video. Thank you.